Welcome to the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. This is the state of the WWE. Enjoy.
Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always going to keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear. He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready? He's all fired up now, King. The Takeover.
Let's go.
Always keeping it real because it's the only way, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know the vibes, man. This is the Wrestling Takeover Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Turner, passionate voice within the wrestling community, delivering unfiltered analysis, talking all things WWE. All right, we keep it real. All right, this is the most creative and honest podcast in the wrestling space. How is everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. There's not a lot of things, honestly, happening in WWE. Not a lot of, real news stories. I have a couple topics that I want to talk about. We are going to absolutely kick it off with some news regarding AJ Lee. It's pretty much confirmed at this point. AJ Lee might be appearing on Friday Night SmackDown, because SmackDown finna be in Chi-Town. It's finna be in Chicago. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about a couple of more other things outside of the AJ Lee, news and rumors. We're going to be talking about Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Montez Ford. Is a heel turning coming? What's going on with that? Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky was announced for WrestlePalooza. I'm going to be breaking that down and why I feel WWE once again is in another pickle, but I'm going to give you guys my analysis, my honest opinions about that particular match, what I'm looking for, what's going to happen there. Kevin Nash gives his thoughts on Becky Lynch, and I also want to really take a couple chunk of the time talking about this perception of Becky Lynch. I'm going to kind of defend Becky Lynch here while also keeping it real with you guys with my opinions on Becky Lynch, her current status, what she's doing now. Is it good? Am I enjoying it? And also respond to Kevin Nash's constructive criticism that he gave regarding Becky Lynch. We're going to talk about the Usos. As y'all seen on Monday Night Raw, it looked like the Usos might be getting back together. This is something that should have been happening a long time ago. I'm going to give you guys my opinions on Jey Uso's singles run. People are pushing for Jimmy Uso to have a singles run. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to break it down why this is a great thing. We have a teaser for a potential Usos reunion. So I'm going to be breaking that down, give you guys my opinions on that. And also, Ric Flair believes that Randy Orton is being underutilized when it comes to WWE creative. And as soon as I seen that, I said, all the floodgates, it's a wrap. I'm going to give y'all my honest, just truth, from my perspective on Triple H and the creative, who's being pushed, who's not being pushed, who should be pushed, what's going on. I'm going to be breaking that down as well, too. But we got to start things off with AJ Lee. We got to start off with AJ Lee, man. The wrestling world, everybody's talking about AJ Lee. There is speculation that I just seen before I pressed record, even though I kind of knew that this was going to happen, that AJ Lee is rumored to be appearing on SmackDown. She is rumored to be appearing on SmackDown this upcoming week, and everybody is excited for it. Everybody's pumped up for it. Everybody wants to see AJ Lee come back. I know I do. And WWE is planning for AJ Lee to return to the ring for the debut on ESPN WrestlePalooza. From a business standpoint, I like it. It makes sense. WrestlePalooza, the debut of ESPN. You got to get one of the hottest names in women's wrestling in WWE history. And this is somebody in AJ Lee, for me personally, before I read another report, AJ Lee is someone to me that I'm a big fan of. I'm a big supporter of. I kind of feel like AJ Lee didn't get a fair shake in a quote unquote last run in her WWE career. I personally feel like she didn't get that run. You understand? And it was always in the back of my mind. It was always in the back of everybody's mind. I want people who don't get the hype for AJ Lee. I want to specifically talk to those people and also people who kind of feel like AJ Lee is overhyped and this and that. If you feel AJ Lee is overhyped, that's totally fine. You are entitled to feel how you feel. I'm entitled to feel how I feel as well. I am a big AJ Lee fan. And I felt, like I said, with her retirement due to neck problems and neck injuries, she didn't have a really good fair shake. You feel me? In terms of having that one last run. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is going to be a one-off. Now there's rumors speculating that this is not going to be a one-off, that AJ Lee potentially can face multiple people. And I'm going to break that down. And why I feel WWE, they need to be careful. They need to be careful. They need to be very meticulous with this AJ Lee run. So, WWE sources, this is coming from Fightful, Sean Rossap. WWE sources have indicated that AJ Lee is set to return to the ring. And WWE sources also tell Fightful Select that most in the company consider it a foregone conclusion that she will be announced or will be at Friday's SmackDown. Here's the thing. Do you announce AJ Lee? Do you announce AJ Lee on SmackDown? Or does she just appear on SmackDown? I want WWE to be very smart here with what I'm about to say. I would love to see a shoot-like promo. Listen to me. I would love to see a shoot-like promo between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I really would. I really would like to see a shoot-like promo between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I think that will do big numbers. The promo back and forth, the interaction between CM Punk and Becky Lynch did amazing numbers on Monday Night Raw. Let's have Becky Lynch come out, cut a promo, degrading CM Punk continuously, and then AJ Lee comes out and you hear, let's light it up. I'm telling you right now, I know CM Punk got a great reaction. I think CM Punk is tremendous. I love CM Punk. I'm telling you right now, when, not if, when, whenever it happens, I'm assuming it should happen this Friday. When it happens, AJ Lee is going to get a bigger return reaction than CM Punk returning to the WWE. I'm telling you that right now. The reaction that this woman is going to get, and it's really going to establish that people genuinely are a fan of AJ Lee. People genuinely want to see this woman compete against the new blood in the WWE. They feel AJ Lee can provide some great stories, and I want WWE to be very meticulous with an AJ Lee push. I don't want WWE to just give us random matches with AJ Lee. That's not what we want. I want AJ Lee to be in storylines that make sense. So let's say we do get this mixed tag team match. I want this to be the official catalyst to a rivalry between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. And AJ Lee is the person, is the individual to take the title off of Becky Lynch. That needs to happen. WWE Creative, Triple H, whoever's listening out there, because I know someone's listening, the person who needs to take the title off of Becky Lynch and become the new women's IC champion could be Bayley. Sure, that's fine. But what a bigger reaction would it be if AJ Lee is the person who takes the title off of Becky Lynch? And then that could be another catalyst to another feud with AJ Lee, that being Bayley. I want to see AJ Lee fight important individuals. I want that rivalry with Becky Lynch. I want that rivalry with Bayley. I want that rivalry with Roxanne Perez. I want that rivalry with Bianca Belair. I want that rivalry with Rhea Ripley. I want that rivalry with Stephanie Vaquer. There are plenty of people that I personally, as a fan, this is me as a fan talking right now, not a podcaster, not a content creator. This is me talking as a fan right now. There are plenty of people for AJ Lee to go up against. The stories have to make sense. There's a story with Becky Lynch. There's a story with Bayley. There's a story with Roxanne Perez as well. If you know the Roxanne story with AJ Lee, if you know, you know. There's a story there. That's 3 people right out the gate. Liv Morgan comes back. We could see a story with Liv Morgan and AJ Lee. 2 crazy chicks going at it. It's perfect. It writes itself. There's another story. You got Stephanie Vaquer. You got Bianca Belair. I don't think people realize how big a potential return for AJ Lee is going to do for the Raw Women's Division. I want y'all to really understand that shit. How big and how massive this could potentially go. I don't want AJ Lee to be facing random individuals in feuds. I want these feuds to make sense. Roxanne Perez makes sense. Bayley makes sense. Obviously, Becky Lynch is going to be the first feud. That makes sense. You could have her challenge Bianca Belair. Liv Morgan. Let's get it going. It makes sense. And we could get that real final run with AJ Lee. We can also get a rivalry with Nikki Bella as well. I would love to see that. I wouldn't be mad about it. If we get a Nikki Bella and AJ Lee feud, it makes sense. They got history. You understand? You got to think about that type of stuff. You know, I'm throwing out names, but I'm coming up with receipts, a.k.a. stories. That's just what I do, you know? This AJ Lee return is going to be massive. It's going to be big. It's going to be box office. And her return being the first pay-per-view of the ESPN era, and you have AJ Lee there, it's going to draw big numbers. It's going to draw big numbers, bro. The social media retention is going to go crazy this Friday. I do believe she's going to appear, and I'm going to have chills, just like everybody else, when we hear Let's Light It Up. Now, if we hear Let's Light It Up and it's Becky Lynch, that's going to be some good heel heat. That's going to be some good heel heat if we hear that. But it just makes sense for AJ Lee to come out, confront Becky Lynch, and if so, they need to do a shoot-like promo, real-life promo. I want AJ Lee to do another version of a pipe bomb that she did all those years ago against the cast of Total Divas. I want that same energy. I want that same shit, but with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee feud is money. Is money. That could be for the women's IC title. Money. AJ Lee winning and beating Becky Lynch. Money. AJ Lee being a fighting champion. Money. This can also be a potential catalyst. A lot of people are starting to bring this woman's name up now. Saraya, a.k.a. Paige. That's another woman that AJ Lee can be in a feud with. There's a lot of opportunity here. And I know everybody's excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. You feel me? But we got to be cautious. We cannot be just throwing everybody at AJ Lee. Just women that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that just makes sense to AJ Lee have a feud with is Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Roxanne Perez. You know, through the annals of history that AJ Lee has with these, particular women. A Bianca Belair, hopefully. Stephanie Vaquer, hopefully. You feel me? Io Sky, hopefully. Rhea Ripley, hopefully, Man, if Cora Jade didn't get released, Cora Jade versus AJ Lee would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. A Cora Jade and AJ Lee feud. We ain't gonna get it, but it's something, man. And AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch is reportedly the plan for WWE WrestlePalooza. And WWE WrestlePalooza could be like a one of those big pay-per-views moving forward. WrestlePalooza sounds weird. It sounds crazy, right? But I think it could be a staple of a pay-per-view premium live event name. So we'll see. But WrestlePalooza on September 20th. It's 2 days after my birthday. So this is Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio. We can confirm that it is a mixed tag team match. It's CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, and it will be on WWE WrestlePalooza. So all the speculation, all the talk, it's pretty much confirmed. Pretty much. We'll see. If AJ Lee doesn't appear on Friday, when is she going to appear? Who knows? But an appearance from AJ Lee, I think, is really needed. And that shoot-like promo between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, or April Mendez and Rebecca Quinn, if they use their real names in these promos back and forth, it could be some heat. It could be some heat. So we'll see what happens with it, man. Let me know how y'all feeling about it. Are you guys excited? Are y'all anticipating the excitement for AJ Lee's WWE return? Let me know in the comments on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover. Comment down below y'all thoughts, y'all opinions. Are y'all excited for AJ Lee? Who do you guys want to see personally face AJ Lee in the WWE? Let me know how y'all feeling about it. We got to talk about Becky Lynch. I'm going to transfer this conversation from AJ Lee now to Becky Lynch. Kevin Nash gave his opinion on Becky Lynch. And it really is interesting. It's really interesting. Kevin Nash on Becky Lynch. I think her run's over. I think the business has passed her by. The business has passed her by. Hey, Kev, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know on that one. I highly disagree. There have been people who have been giving their opinion on Becky Lynch during this recent run. And I'm listening to them. Some people bring up, good points here and there. But at the end of the day, it's their opinion. They're entitled to feel how they want to feel. Kevin Nash is entitled to feel how he wants to feel. Now it's my turn. This is my show. I'm entitled to say whatever I want to say. As y'all always know, I never take personal jabs at pro wrestlers. That's just not my thing. I ain't doing that. That's not how I'm wired. But y'all do understand, if you guys are OGs over here, y'all always know I keep it honest. I always keep it honest, keep it real. All right? I am a fan of Becky Lynch. My fandom for her has grown tremendously over the years. Becky Lynch, I feel, isn't really getting a fair shake. And quite frankly, I feel people are losing, I would say, their full investment in Becky Lynch. I feel people aren't sitting back, looking at her run right now and saying, Becky Lynch is killing it. Becky Lynch is killing it. People are saying, some of them within IWC, this is the worst run of Becky Lynch. I highly disagree. Is her heel run a little forced? No. But does she work as a heel? No. I will say Becky Lynch works better as a tweener. And my first impression with this is I thought Becky Lynch was a tweener until we eventually got what we got. And it's like, okay, Becky Lynch is a heel. Cool. But I personally feel like Becky Lynch works better as a tweener character, right? I think Becky Lynch is one of the greatest of all time. My fandom for her has grown over the years. It was always Sasha Banks, Bayley, and then Becky, and then Charlotte. Now where we sit today, Sasha Banks is always going to be number one for me. Number two is Becky. I really love Becky Lynch. Her run, her just willingness to create new stars and elevate new stars. That's the one thing that Sasha Banks has done tremendously. That's the one thing that, Bayley has done here and there, building up new stars. But Becky Lynch has done a tremendous job at building up new credible threats and new credible stars. I am a fan of Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch is great. I think the hatred that people are perceiving Becky Lynch, it's a little odd to me. I'm going to just put it like that. It's a little odd to me. I don't know why Kevin Nash said, I think her run is over. I disagree. And then when he mentioned, I think the business has passed her by, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, respectfully. That last point. To each their own, he's a legend in the game. He knows more than me, but I could comment on his opinion there, and I completely disagree on the last point. The business has not passed her by. She is staying with the times. You know what I mean? I think Becky Lynch is going to be missed when she's gone because I feel not a lot of people are really giving her flowers. You know what I mean? Is what it is. I don't know why they're not, but they're not. But I am. I'm seeing it for what it is. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing with Becky Lynch right now. I really am. Her being in the Vision, I don't know why fans are complaining about it. Me personally, I love it. I think from a business standpoint, it makes sense. From a creative standpoint, it makes sense. Her heel run seems odd to me. She should be more of a tweener, but we're here where we're at. I think Becky Lynch is great. Becky Lynch, just continue to do what she got to do. When she's gone, people are going to miss Becky Lynch. I'm telling you. They're going to miss Becky Lynch when she's gone. Let's talk about Montez Ford. This is a guy that a lot of people desperately want to see have a singles run. And I feel people are kind of not understanding the significant impact that it could potentially have on Angelo Dawkins. I think people are missing the point. Yeah, you want Montez Ford to have that singles run. So do I. I think WWE has done whatever they can with the Street Profits. That's just from where, I sit from my perspective. I think they've done everything that they can with the Street Profits. I genuinely believe that. At the same time, they do need tag teams. So we, as a fan base and a fan of Montez Ford, fan of Angelo Dawkins, we have to understand WWE does need tag teams. That's why they're still together. Do I think the heel turn is coming? I do. I don't know when, but at the same time, I don't know if Triple H really trusts Montez Ford to have that singles run. Which, if that is the case, Triple H, I don't know what you're looking at. Montez Ford has the microphone ability, has the charisma, the swagger, the confidence, the in-ring ability, the in-ring psychology. He has it all. But you don't want to leave Angelo Dawkins out in the sand like that, which I don't think they should. They should push Angelo Dawkins and he should have a singles run as well. I think he can provide some great things. I personally think WWE, you need to turn Montez Ford heel. You need to turn Bianca Belair heel. They need to go on a Triple H, Stephanie McMahon couple heel run. In the early 2000s that Triple H and Stephanie did, Montez Ford and Bianca Belair, they need to do the same thing. That's another creative idea that I'm bringing to the table. Montez Ford and Bianca Belair need to go on that couple singles, not singles, well, singles, yes, but couple heel run. She's the women's champ. Montez Ford can win one of those mid-card titles and go on a killer run. You understand? So that's where I sit on the Montez Ford situation. Angelo Dawkins, you do need to push him as well, too. Let's not leave him out in the sand. But he's not a bigger star than Montez Ford. We understand that. Let's be real, okay? We got to be honest. He's not. But you can still do things with Angelo Dawkins as well. I just don't want WWE to do it so late and miss the boat completely. And fans are just like, you know what? Forget it. Forget it. We've been crying about it for years. But then again, they've been crying for Roman Reigns to turn heel and John Cena to turn heel, and we finally got it. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. I just hope WWE's smart. And Montez Ford turning heel with the Bianca Belair, I mean, that writes itself, Triple H. That writes itself. Let's see what happens with it. But yeah, I think a heel turn is desperately needed. Let's talk about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is gone. Nobody should be surprised. Nobody, quite frankly, should be upset. I don't know why people are upset about it. This isn't a shocker. We kind of knew that this was going to happen. And it is happening right now. He's gone. He's taking a break. But when are we going to get Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns? This is something that I just wanted to talk about with you guys for a little bit. A little topic that I wanted to bring up. When are we going to get Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker? I personally believe we are not getting Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I do not think we're going to get that. I don't. I think Roman Reigns might face a Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I do believe that. But if not, a match with Braun Breaker makes sense, but I don't think WWE's going to wait until WrestleMania. We're going to get that shit before WrestleMania. So when would be the right time to have Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker? I was thinking WrestlePalooza. Honestly, I thought WrestlePalooza would have been the perfect pay-per-view for Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. It's the first pay-per-view on the ESPN era. It makes sense. You get me? But Roman Reigns is not going to do that. He's not going to be there. He's going to miss WrestlePalooza. So now you think about it. Okay, if he's going to miss that, you know what I mean? When is the best time? When's the best time for Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker? If it's not going to happen at WrestlePalooza, and if it's not going to happen at WrestleMania, which I genuinely don't think that's going to happen, I do believe we're going to get Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins one-on-one at WrestleMania. I do believe that. You cannot keep passing up on that match. You need to book that match out of WrestleMania as soon as possible. And I think WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas is the perfect candidate to have that match in. So Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. I don't know where else we can get that match outside of Survivor Series. Outside of Survivor Series, Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. Also, I'm just throwing this out there as an idea. I'm curious to know how you guys are feeling about it. Royal Rumble, the final two, don't be surprised if it's Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. I'm telling you that right now. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay? But, yeah. So, Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker, Survivor Series. That could happen on a Monday Night Raw, So there's options for Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. But I just thought WrestlePalooza would have been the perfect candidate, for that to take place. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. By the way, Braun Breaker has a better spear than Roman Reigns. I'm sorry. Roman Reigns, he does not have a better spear than Braun Breaker. It's just my opinion. Let's talk about Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky. It was announced officially on Monday Night Raw that Io Sky is going to go one-on-one with Stephanie Vaquer at WrestlePalooza for the Women's World title. So, WWE. You're again in another pickle. You're in another pickle. If Io Sky wins, are people going to want Io Sky to have another reign with the title? I think so. I personally feel that this is too soon for Stephanie Vaquer. I genuinely do. Stephanie Vaquer was one of my picks to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Oh, she could have won Money in the Bank too soon. Oh, she could have won Queen of the Ring? Sure. Sure, absolutely. But I think the Royal Rumble would have been the best bet. Now she's getting an opportunity here. I won't be surprised if they do give it to Vaquer. I won't be surprised if they give it to Io. I just want WWE to give these women the time of day in that ring. I need this match to go just as long as Rhea Ripley and Io Sky did, even though that was the main event at Evolution. Cool. Fine. But Io and Vaquer, these two talented ladies, beautiful ladies, by the way, they need to give the proper time to them, WWE. They need to give these ladies the proper time to tell their story. Who wins? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care who wins because I'm a fan of both. I do think it is too soon for Vaquer to win the title and even be in this position. But I could see this could potentially be a catalyst for an Io Sky and Asuka rivalry. At the same time, Asuka and Io were rumored to even have a rivalry in the first place. We all thought it was going to be for the title. Now, if Io wins this match, there you go. There's your rivalry. There's your feud. But then there's rumors saying that Rhea Ripley is going to go one-on-one with Asuka in a rivalry. So that would cancel out Io and Asuka. So are we going to get a rivalry between Vaquer and Io? It's possible. A couple matches here and there. Maybe they trade the title back and forth, but we ain't trying to trade no title back and forth. We're not doing that. Don't be surprised if Vaquer wins the title. Do not be surprised if she wins the title. And if she wins the title, ball game. Ball game. If Sky wins the title, I'll say it like this. We are going to be on September 20th in the next coming weeks. I'm telling you right now, WWE, WWE Universe, whoever is listening to this, if it's Io or Vaquer, whoever wins that title, they need to hold it all the way to WrestleMania. I'm going to also tell you right now, Australia, Perth, one of the pay-per-views coming up later this year. Rhea Ripley's going to be in her hometown. Y'all know where I'm going with this. I would not be surprised if we get Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky at that event. I would not be surprised if we get Vaquer and Rhea Ripley at that event. Rhea Ripley is facing one of those women at Perth. I just wanted to let everybody know right now. It just makes sense to me. Whoever wins this match, they need to hold that title until WrestleMania. But you got Perth, and they want Rhea Ripley on that show. She will be fighting for this title. It would either be a triple threat match. It would either be Vaquer versus Ripley, which I would personally save that for WrestleMania. And then it would be Io and Rhea Ripley one-on-one. So we're either going to get a triple threat. We're going to get Rhea versus Io again, or Rhea versus Vaquer in Perth. Because I believe Rhea Ripley will be challenging for that title. Who knows? But it all relies on Vaquer and Sky. Who was the best choice to win this match? I don't know. But it's interesting. I'm excited for it. They need to give these women the proper amount of time to tell their story. I really hope they do that. I really hope WWE does that. Because Vaquer and Sky can have one of the best women's matches of the year, one of the best women's matches potentially all time, if they give the proper time in that ring to tell their story. We'll see. We will see. I am very, very interested to see where that's going to go. Let's end it on a interesting, concerning note here. I appreciate everybody, first of all, for tapping in and tuning in to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to go spread the word of the Wrestling Takeover podcast, please go do so on YouTube at the Wrestling Takeover. The Wrestling Takeover is on IG, excuse me. Tap in on IG at the Wrestling Takeover. On Twitter at JT Takeover. And you guys can go subscribe to the official YouTube channel, youtube.com/JT Takeover on YouTube. Comment down below, spread the word. Word of mouth goes a long way. And also, don't forget to press that subscribe button and also turn on all notifications so you guys don't miss any future upcoming videos coming to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Ric Flair. Ric Flair believes Randy Orton is being underused by WWE's creative team. We're going to end the podcast with this news story. Ric Flair believes Randy Orton is being unused by WWE's creative team. Quote, Randy's really underutilized these days. I don't know why. I think maybe he made somebody mad along the way. Randy's not afraid to say what he thinks, and that's not always popular. We don't know. We don't know what's going on with Randy Orton. We don't know why Randy Orton is not really being used. I know he's in a rivalry with Drew McIntyre. Nobody care about that. Nobody care about that rivalry, bro. Let's be real. Nobody cares. This is the bigger problem. This is the bigger issue from Triple H's administration. Randy Orton is not really being used to his fullest potential. Drew McIntyre is not being used to his fullest potential. WWE right now, I feel there is a lot of people miscast. There is a lot of people really not being used right now to their fullest extent. Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, among many more, you know. And I just feel WWE personally needs a complete roster reset from both Raw and SmackDown. Raw is killing SmackDown. And for me, I don't really watch SmackDown, to be honest. I don't watch SmackDown. It's tough to sit through. Raw here and there is good. SmackDown's about to be must-see now. I'm definitely tuning in for SmackDown this upcoming week, especially if we hear Let's Light It Up. Come on, bro. Yeah, the women's division is very thin right now. There's just a lot going on in WWE that really isn't the best right now. But they do got some good things as well. Let's not get it twisted. They do got some good things. But the one thing they do need to work on in the creative team is the women's division, the main event scene on SmackDown, pushing the correct people, pushing people that fans want to see, not just push people that, you know, WWE wants to see. Go and push people that fans want to see. And I think WWE is in a weird period right now. They really are in a weird period. Roman Reigns is on and off. John Cena is about to retire. Randy Orton is miscast right now. Drew McIntyre is miscast. What's going on with Carmelo Hayes? Where's the heel turn for Montez Ford? if that's going to happen, what's going to happen with Angelo Dawkins. Where's Bianca Belair? I know she's hurt. Hopefully she comes back soon. Austin Theory. What the fuck happened to Austin Theory, man? You know, Dominic Mysterio's killing it right now. Braun Breaker's great. Bronson Reed's great. Jacob Fatu is a beast. He's doing his thing, but the feud with Solo Sikoa, I'm not really liking. I don't care about this new Bloodline 2.0 crap. Don't give a fuck about that game. Sami Zayn is the, U.S. champion. WWE is really pushing Sami Zayn down our throats, man, and I'm not for it. I'm not for it at all. I'm not a big Sami Zayn fan, honestly. I like Sami Zayn. He cool, but he's not one of my favorites at all. But he's the U.S. champion. What's the plan for him? What's going to happen? So I'm interested to see where that's going to go. But there's more misses than hits for WWE right now for me as a fan. But I'm always going to stay tapped to it. I'm always going to, keep my ear to the ground and seeing what's going on and give you guys always my, just honest opinions about everything that's going on in the WWE circle and WWE universe. And you guys can always trust me to give you guys my honest opinions about what we're watching, on WWE television on a weekly basis, Monday, Tuesday for NXT, and then for Friday for SmackDown. But, WWE needs to do better. But, listen, right now we got to take one show at a time. AJ Lee coming back. That's going to be the biggest story in WWE in many, many years. Maybe ever. So let's see if our girl come out on Friday Night SmackDown. Hopefully we get that shoot promo between herself and Becky Lynch. And let's see what happens, man. But I appreciate everybody really supporting the podcast, keeping that positive vibe, keeping that motivation, spreading the gospel, man. And listen, we work every day. We work hard every day. I just really want people to really listen to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. I really want people to leave listening to this podcast like, man, Jordan really brings up great points. I might not agree with everything that he says, but he brings up valid points. And I want my podcast to go long. I want to be one of those long podcasts. I go over 30 minutes. You know what I mean? I want to bring every variable to the table. I feel like I do a great job. I could improve. It's just right now things are hectic. There's just too much content out there for me to consume right now. I'm not trying to consume every content out there, man. I'm really not. But I'm going to continue to do what I do. Raw reviews will return eventually, just not right now. I'd rather cover Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, to be honest. But Monday Night Raw reviews will return, down the road, just not right now. That's why I have the state of the WWE, talking about WWE product as a whole. And then I do sprinkle in some separate, topics that I personally want to talk about in a separate video on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. So I appreciate everybody supporting me, man. This is a WWE-based podcast. And if you're a WWE fan and you love listening to other people's perspectives on the WWE product, tap into the Wrestling Takeover podcast. This is undoubtedly, trust me, this is undoubtedly the most creative and honest podcast in the space. Love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all continuing to support, and I appreciate y'all kicking it with me. This is Jordan Turner signing off, and I'll see y'all next time.